Jackie is a punk. Judy is a runt. They both went down to Berlin, joined the Ice Capades. Jackie is a punk. Judy is a runt. They both went down to Frisco, joined the SLA. And oh, I don't know why. Perhaps they'll die. It's been a half a century already. Hard to believe time has gone by so fast. When you caught that sinister picture of the four guys in clad leather jackets and ripped jeans against a brick wall in Upper Manhattan, you never knew that all punk rock as we know it, by mere definition, started with the Ramones. On April 23rd, 1976, on the Sire Records label, punk rock was born to many. Although veteran punk fans would tend to disagree. They say it would have began either with Iggy Pop and the Stooges, or the Velvet Underground, or both. Or even the MC5, who used to yell out, "Kick out the jams, motherfuckers," when they began their sonic assault back in 1968. But as far as blazing a trail, certainly the Ramones' self-titled debut album really needs to be taken seriously in that aspect. So happy 50th anniversary. I was a mere 8.5 years old when it came out. Hey ho, let's go. My feeble mind and my ears, which didn't have shit in them back then, thought when I first dropped the needle on a DSR record changer on it, I thought I heard Let's Drink Pop instead of Blitzkrieg Bop. The trend which Joey, Johnny, Dee Dee, and Tommy set, the very lifestyle of punk, the very genre which so many have followed. The spirit of the Ramones is certainly alive and well and living here in Joliet tonight. I love these local punk shows. The Ramones are not going to make an appearance from the dead. There's going to be no Ramones seance. But a band who truly followed the look more so than the sound of punk. Well, at least when I first interviewed them in August 2017, Prison City Brigade were hardcore punk rockers to the core. Since then, Eddie Cavanaugh and the gang have certainly gone a couple of different musical routes. Their music's gotten more sophisticated, more progressive. Not to say they aren't punk, but would you label Green Day punk? I never did. PCV playing in their hometown tonight. An all-ages show at the Forge in Joliet, also containing The Feds, who's going to resurrect, no doubt, how punk rock sounded, both attitude and music-wise, 50 years ago this week. I still can't believe it's that long. I'm pinching myself here to make sure I'm awake in my ripe young age of almost 59. They'll also touch upon the aforementioned Green Day. They're a big punk cover band. We have a couple of originals here tonight, along with PCB. The Reganomics. Their attitude, they're going to invoke the atmosphere of the 1980s, maybe not the punk resurrection of it, because there were a couple, including a hardcore punk resurrection across the pond. Bands like GBH, Discharge, maybe, just maybe, Reganomics will touch upon that. When you hear that name, no doubt you're going to be taken back to the first U.S. president to come out of the land of Lincoln, Illinois. The one who was a big jelly bean lover. There's going to be a punk connection to the annual Goat Stock. The Rock and Roll Shindig Festival at Goat Village in Norwich, put together by my friends Deb Bonzo and Jamie Riani of 13 Monsters. There's going to be another edition of it, and it's fast approaching on Saturday, May 9th. I first introduced you to Tractor Boy last year at Goat Stock, and this time around, like I said, despite their name, they're a lot older, nothing teenage looking anyway. Sound-wise, a different story. And in my much younger years, and their much younger years, well, Tony Ingles anyway, Tony was fiery lead singer of Veilside, who 15 years ago this week walked into our Cat 105.5 studio, which was beaming throughout the area where the Forge is right now. Local Loft episode 427. Hey ho, get up and go, and build up your support for the original Chicagoland metal, punk, alternative rock, and power pop scene through every episode of this podcast.
There you go again. There you go again.
It vanishes. They call themselves a bunch of sweaty dads who play punk rock. They may have begun in the 80s with a name like the Reganomics. You would think so, but maybe they've been together a long time before that. Maybe they got together when the Ramones first released their self-titled debut album 50 years ago this week. Maybe not. I got to get it from, I know Eddie Cantu, but the rest of the guys in the Reganomics, introduce yourself.
I'm Matt McClenahan. I play bass. I'm Terry Morrow. I play guitar.
I'm Eddie Cantu. I play the drums.
Yeah, you do. And Eddie, you just put out a solo album.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody saw that.
I just pulled it up on Spotify. Well, it's been a while since your 2019, your third release. And
Yeah.
have you been
just talking about that.
I know you got the Live at Punk Rock Tacos, and that's what I focused on the last time I talked to you guys.
Yeah.
Are you working on a follow-up to that 2019 album?
Loosely. Yeah.
It's literally.
I mean, you know, we have definitely talked a lot about writing new music. That is something that we all have an intense desire to pursue, I think, at this point. It's just about finding time and getting down to it. It's been hard, you know. We all have regular jobs and, you know, kids and stuff that are, I mean, some of our kids are young. Eddie's kids are older. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, I know. But yeah, I don't know. You know, it'd be great if we could find the time. We've got a couple of things that we actually put out with each other. You know, Terry wrote a new song. Eddie and I got together and wrote a new song. So I don't know. I mean, hopefully we can get together and actually put something out. We would very much like to just keep putting music out, even if it's just in short little bursts. You know, not even like a full album or anything like that. Just get some songs out, do some new stuff. That would be very, very appealing.
I got to ask, what what inspired that? Because that's the one that really jumped out to me.
Terry actually is to blame for that because he dared me to write. He was just like, I think you should write a song about this topic. Because
It's a loaded topic.
Yeah, and it was just because it was in the news. Like, people dumping meth in, like, the southeastern United States. Like in Tennessee and Florida, like there was all these news articles popping up about people dumping meth and like it getting into alligators' systems. Yeah, I mean that's basically what it was, just talking about how there's meth gators now.
It exists.
Yeah.
Or they exist.
There's some laboratory tests being done on gators with meth. I wouldn't be too surprised. Rock and Roll High School.
Yeah.
The aforementioned Ramones. Mice were subjected to their music and supposedly exploded when it got
Oh my
too
goodness!
loud.
Wow.
That's wild. but I believe it.
Sonic obliteration. That's pretty intense.
Well, I was going to ask you guys about what you think your core audience is, but you had 8 and 9-year-olds out there pogoing to your stuff. I saw it, and so you definitely attract a mixed crowd. I would say so.
Yeah, I mean that I think is because those are our kids. But like, but you know, what's been kind of cool, and thanks to like being at places like Punk Rock Tacos lately, we have like enjoyed some younger audiences lately, and that's really great to see kids in their early teens, 20s, you know, still enjoying this kind of music at a local level. You know, not always necessarily bigger shows, but it's been really nice to see a very eclectic mix of people age-wise. So, yeah, it's exciting to be able to get to play to audiences like that.
Yeah, what they're doing with Punk Rock Tacos is so great. They have like a whole community and scene.
Yeah, I went to one on Friday night a month ago, and I interviewed the Evictions.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, no Corona.
Going on, man.
No Corona certainly is true to the cause, and he does a lot of work behind the scenes, and just really ramps up that brand of Punk Rock Tacos. It's been going strong for 75, going on 76 shows.
Incredible. Yeah, we're really happy that we're part of that world in any way. We get to play there every once in a while and talk to Noah quite often. Noah's awesome. It's always so great.
You guys continue this interview. I'll be right back. I'm going to take it.
All right,
I'll be right back. Don't leave without me.
I'll try not to.
I don't think you can.
I did notice the vocal harmonies. I noticed the vocal harmonies. Those are like a really distinguishing characteristic of the Reganomics. Just the vocal harmonies jump out at me. But I imagine it's probably not the one musical element that stands out to most listeners, or is it?
Wow, I'm glad to hear that the harmonies matter to you. Like that's really cool because we worked hard on them and we like harmony. So that's really really cool, man.
I kind of do them automatically at this point.
Yeah, they just. I think a big part, like a thing that we believe in a lot, is whatever you do in the second chorus, you should add a nice harmony to it. So like that's kind of our rule of thumb. Which is why there's so many motherfucking harmonies all the time.
There's been harmonies in punk rock for a long time. Those 4 guys from Forest Hills, Queens, New York, they were once compared to being the punk rock Beach Boys. But enough about them.
Yeah.
But I'm just harping on them because their self-titled debut album came out 50 years ago this week.
Oh, man.
It doesn't seem like that long. But my God,
here we are.
Like half a century has passed already.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
And, you know, the Reganomics have been rocking for, it seems, centuries, too. And with all the piss and vinegar you guys have, I can see you going on for centuries more.
Thank you. I mean, we're having so much fun still, and there's no reason to not do what we're doing. We're just very glad that once in a while we get to plug in and do what we do.
Yeah, it was electrifying. Definitely the rafters were, the roof was about ready to elevate.
Glad to hear that.
And catapult maybe over towards Rialto Square Theater. I would think so.
A sonic boom of sorts.
I want to thank the Reganomics, Eddie, and also
Terry.
And the rest of the guys, too. You can go to their Facebook page, Reganomics. Check them out. Upcoming Punk Rock Tacos. Also check out any of their EPs on Spotify. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Steve Mother Fukin Custer. He's become a punk rock folk hero of sorts in these Joliet parts. He began his pursuit of a life-altering, life-changing punk rock career in 2006. If he lasts 40 more years, he would have attained a Ramones legendary status. And like the Ramones, he released his first album in April. Actually, his first EP, the first 4 songs. Punk Rock Changed My Life was his first single. Steve's drummed up friendly competition between himself and the Reganomics. There was some last night. Taunting, which I thought was going to lead to an all-out riot or brawl. It didn't get that far. Again, it's friendly competition. They taunt each other just because they're good friends and have been for a long time. But friendly competition can sometimes lead to a melee. It's punk rock. It's aggressiveness. There could be violence. In this case, there wasn't. I want to thank Eddie Cantu and the rest of the Reganomics for taking time to talk with me after they literally blew the roof and the rafters off the Forge. It still may be sitting close to the Rialto Square Theater and Chicago Street Bar and Grill down the street. A lot of you have come to know Steve better as Steve Zero of Space Age Zeros. Steve has really gotten around. Not only punk rock, but an interest, in fact a love, of all things science fiction has changed his life. Steve and Space Age Zeros rocked the annual International Pop Overthrow this past Tuesday at Montrose Saloon. I'll be getting to more about that later on. Despite their name, the 5 guys in Paperboy Riot are not as young as they seem. They've been around, going on 20 years to be exact. Another 30, and they could qualify for Ramones' legendary status, especially if they release their first album this year. And they have. Aberdeen and Jamestown, their debut EP. I played you Joke back in January. But it's no joke. These guys need to be taken seriously, especially if you're into that punk pop scene that Green Day perpetrates and represents so well. Paperboy Riot is certainly the future, the Ramones of the future, provided they last another 49 years. Their future is being one of the 14 bands at Goatstock 2026, Saturday, May 9th, Goat Village in Norwich. I will be talking to this young, up-and-coming, very vivacious punk rock quartet for Local Loft episode 429. With the way the weather's been so iffy and so erratic lately, one day it feels like mid-July, complete with psychotic thunderstorms, psychotic, pointless, house-damaging thunderstorms, and the next day you get frost in the morning. With every paper you deliver, February makes you shiver. This one's gonna make you shake off the shivers. You'll be pogoing supreme for almost 6.5 minutes. Part of Aberdeen and Jamestown, the debut full-length album from Paperboy Riot. It's February on Local Loft. makes you bolder, even children get older. And I'm getting older too. I really hate to reference Stevie Nicks when bringing up the subject of aging of veteran, original, local Chicagoland metal, punk, alternative rock, and power pop bands and artists. But we have been featuring quite a lot in this episode 127 so far. From the aging sweaty dad punks of the Reganomics, and now the senior citizen husband and wife team of Curmudgeon. They can really jam on those cans. Cans is normally an industry term for headphones. Not in this case, it's actual tin cans they play, if you listen carefully. I want to be a superhero. To their many children and grandchildren, they already are. They will be donning no capes and have no powers of steel. Curmudgeon, one of 15 acts playing Goat Stock 16, Saturday, May 9th at Goat Village in Norwich. Several of the bands in the lineup have members in their 50s and 60s. Calidius Time Bomb. I just talked to their drummer Paul Schmidt at a pre-Goat Stock event, a rock and roll circus sideshow that Deb Bonzo and Jamie Riani and 13 Monsters put together back in December 2024. Paul, at the time, was in his low 60s. 62, I believe. Deb and Jamie themselves are in their mid-50s. Yours truly is 2 years close to 60, but I'm not going to be one of the bands playing. So old and young will team up to kick some rock and roll ass at Goat Stock 16. Ricky Liontones had him on last summer on Local Law. Megan Hosick, the 3-Bit Creeps, the Afrofuturistics with Eric Goldman, the Simmons, Calidius Time Bomb, and Tire Fire. Jim Schlottman of Tire Fire has teamed up with 13 Monsters and has shot a new music video for their brand new single. Yes, they will debut on this date, Saturday, May 9th. You can go to 13-monsters.com for more details. I want to be a superhero. I don't foresee Curmudgeon donning capes and having nerves or powers of steel. But you better have a phone booth handy just in case. What, you never saw Superman before? It's been one super week and a half of power pop excellence and glory at International Pop Overthrow. It comes to a close tonight at Montrose Saloon. Another bunch of aging rockers closing it out tonight is Einstein's Sister, the 4-piece veteran rock band out of Moline, the Quad Cities. Actually transports you back to much younger years, the President Kennedy era of the early 60s. In the recent series Love Story, which was not based on the 1970 classic Ally McGraw, Ryan O'Neal tearjerker flick, this love story is about John Fitzgerald Kennedy and Carolyn Bessette. It is currently airing on FX, and Einstein's Sister's recent single has found a place as the opening and closing theme to that miniseries, which you can stream now on Hulu and Disney+. They'll play it tonight. Musically, this is not only a throwback to the jangling guitar-driven British invasion period of the mid-60s, but it also is a little 90s-ish. It reminds me of Local H, most especially their more melodic side, like Eddie Vedder. Listen and see if you don't agree. Together, We're Alone, featured in Episode 2 of Love Story, the John Fitzgerald Kennedy and Caroline Bessette story, Einstein's Sister.
Nothing to see between us. Crashing glare of electric air, a cold stare challenge the two. There is nothing to be between us. It's falling waves by night, betrayed, the light never reaches the truth. There's no connection needed tonight, so don't think twice, don't ever ask why. Together we're alone. Nothing that lives between us. Common ground or another sound. We stand on a fragile terrain. There is nothing to give between us. Sun is sinking down upon us now, and the forecast is crying for rain. Communication has failed us tonight, so don't think before we met, I stepped into the vanishing line. The second time was on a subway car. You made believe you didn't see me, like a burned out cigar. I'm fundamentally the same guy you knew back then. And I used to be. Do you remember we were friends? And I used to be. Oh, it's still me. The last time I was preoccupied, all I can do is keep it together long enough to scrape by. I recognize a few years have passed. Some people change so much they can't be identified. I'm fundamentally the same guy you knew back then. And I used to be. Do you remember we were friends? And I used to be. Is it easier to pretend? And I used to be. The same guy you knew back then. And I used to be. Oh, it's still me.
That drum beat sounds very familiar, and after hearing it again, I just wanted to say one thing. Woo! I don't think the Embryos have anything to worry about, not like Damon Albarn or Graham Coxon of Blur was listening. I think about being at a Chicago Wolves game, which I will be Saturday, their first playoff game against the Texas Stars at Allstate Arena. And I'm bound to hear that after the Wolves score a goal. It's become a sports anthem. Song 2, Blur, not what we just heard from the Embryos. Second to last band playing the last night of international pop overthrow. Other than that, the song has its foundations rooted in Badfinger-ish, hard-edged 70s power pop. That one little drum intro. And I don't think they sampled it either. I think that was actual. I could be wrong about that. With a lot of hip-hop acts sampling other people's work nowadays. Even Modest Mouse, I'm looking at you, the opening of Eminence Front from The Who. Yes. Well, we're not here to point fingers. Point yourself in the direction of Montrose Saloon and check out the Embryos tonight. And then point yourself in the direction of Semitas Poblanis in Villa Park, Friday night, the 1st of May, along with Paperboy Riot, who I will be interviewing the week after at Goatstock 16, Goat Village in Norwich. You also have veteran punk rockers, the Effigies. There's that word veteran again. The Effigies, who have been around since the mid-90s, 1996 to be exact. Since I've been harping on the Ramones several times in this episode 127, being the 50th anniversary of the eponymous, groundbreaking self-titled debut album, Joey Ramone was a big pizza lover. That's obvious. Take a look at that scene in Rock and Roll High School, where at least 5 full pizza pies are brought to Joey and the band backstage before they play the Roxy gig. Joey loved pizza, then again he loved methadone, several other illegal substances. Really Big Moose, they love pizza too, so much that they want to name check their favorite pizza chain store more than one time. Why hasn't that said pizza joint or chain store used this in one of their many corny commercials with Mr. Pizza Pizza, hint hint? But I think you better bring 5, maybe more, pizzas backstage for these guys. I don't think ground beef and tortillas is going to cut it. Really Big Moose playing Punk Rock Tacos 77. 76, as you know, was supposed to be 2 weeks ago. It got canceled and moved to sometime in July. PRT 77 will go on Friday night at Semitas Povlanis in Villa Park with the Effigies, Paperboy Riot, and Really Big Moose. Sounds like an act Ed Sullivan should be introducing, isn't it? Really Big Moose. Here is their signature tune to a pizza chain. Little Caesars, Really Big Moose on Local Loft.
Little Caesars, crazy bluff. I'm going crazy, like a bluff. I'm eating pizza with my friends. I hope the crazy bread never ever ends. That special sauce is just so good, one single taste will take me to the moon. Italian pizza, Italian wonder, rich with sauce, it will take me under. Specialty, pepperoni, whatever you like, yeah, whatever you need. Talk about puffs, I gotta have them. If I don't have them, I can really, really taste. Ask about puffs, it's not a maybe. I gotta have them, yeah, I really need them, baby. Like my meds, I need them daily. My favorite pizza, not the Hut. I eat the pizza, shit it on my butt. For the pizza, I'm a slut. I'm
grab your things, time to hide. Black clouds, thick smoke. MILF is very much sounding like every single Chicago meteorologist and overblowing a severe weather threat around the area, around the state of Illinois, come Monday, April 27th. They forecasted a gloomy and doomy metal and progressive rock scenario since forming in 2024. Members from both the Joliet and Kankakee area and Salem Skies is their latest single, released last November. MILF will tear it up and will bring with them a brighter future. Sunday, May 3rd, along with Vow of Resonance, the new trio featuring former Catapult the Propaganda singer Robert Bloodworth and drummer Skip Mascari, and Wicked Deception, along with Wrathhammer. Right here at the Forge in Joliet, where I was for the Punk's Takeover. It's going to be a nice mixture of music that takes over. Metal, punk, progressive rock, they all come together. It's one nice big smorgasbord. Go to theforgelive.com or MILF, M-Y-L-P-H, their Facebook page. I will be talking to MILF for Local Loft episode 428 next Sunday. Does your future look gray, doom, or does it look to be rockin'? Create the rock musical foundations that shape your present and future, and let them hear you all over the globe. Get me Tim Lamping your music, MP3 wave or FLAC, or a CD, vinyl, LP, cassette, reel-to-reel tape, timlamp1 at yahoo.com, timcatdj@gmail.com. Send me an email, I'll send you a mailing address before you send me any physical things. Download every episode of Local Loft on podbean.com. Stream it on YouTube or the Podbean app. Their future looked incredibly bright and rockin'. I knew it right from the start. Such a powerful, earth-shaking, seismic sound right away. On their second EP this time, Veilside rocked their way into the Cat 1055 studio for the first time on April 28th, 2011. We rock back to that. I should just camp out here for a whole week at the corner of Chicago Street and Cass. I will see all of you next Sunday night for Vow of Resonance, MILF, Wicked Deception, and Wrathhammer at the Forge here in Joliet.
It's good to be back in Chicago.
My strength is dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue cleaveth to my jaws, and thou hast brought me into the dust of death.
All we are is so still.
Hey, this is Ron Thomas with the band Veilside.
Whether their sound is small, acoustic, and intimate, or big, loud, and in your face, follow the progress and changes of Southland's local artists Thursday night at 8 with me, Tim Lamping, on the Cat 1055's Homegrown Tones. They have 2 CDs, and over the course of both of them, the melodic hard rock of Veilside has been mostly big, detailed, and very high energy. The production of this time, their follow-up to their debut, Chapter 1, contains a solid mixture of fast, loud, distinctive electric guitars, tight drumming, and a thunderous deep bass also featured in the rhythm section. And the standout highly enunciated vocals of Tony Engel. But there's more diversity on this one, at least that's what I found out. A little more acoustic power ballads, actually, which I didn't hear a lot of on the first one. A lot of elements come into play. The backing harmony vocals are something that stand out from guitarist Russ O'Dean and John Badalamenti and drummer Ron Thomas. We have the nucleus of the band in the studio with us tonight. We have Tony Engel, also Ron Thomas, and bassist Bob Hilton all joining us, and thanks for coming down tonight, guys.
Thank you, Tim. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks for having us.
After listening to both records, the sound I heard is that you pretty much mix it up. You got the power ballads, you got the hard rockers. The first album seemed to have a lot more hard rockers than power ballads. How do you say the sound of this time differs from Chapter 1?
We kind of got an edge on writing something that all of us are into, more melodic. We all honed our vocal skills a little bit, wrote some stuff that everyone wants to hear also.
And there's also a real catchy cover of Kansas Dust in the Wind, a very tight, true to the original version with excellent 3- and 4-part harmony vocals. That song to begin with had quite an elaborate production with violins, and for a 5-piece band with just guitars, drums, and bass, you guys pulled off very nicely.
Thank you.
One of your originals just got recognition nationally. That would be Along the Way. Virgin Airlines is going to be featuring that on their Rock in Flight channel. How did that whole thing come about?
Scott Cavaleris contacted us through Sonic Bids. He had heard the tune on our EPK, said, hey, I got to have this. Can we put it on? And of course, we're not going to tell him no in that case.
So whether at a sea level altitude through the airwaves of your terrestrial radio or at an extremely high altitude, the melodic hard rock of Veilside penetrating all levels of the atmosphere. And the great energy Tony gets on his vocals is just one of the things that really stands out in the music. And it's definitely a nice arrangement. Let's take a listen to it Along the Way from Veilside's new CD, this time on Homegrown Tones at the Cat 1055.
Take me as I'm falling, vision circle done this better. Wrote that letter, things unsaid. And all the people along the way, touching my soul. Looking back, don't give me the right to change his story. Looking back, don't give me the right, give me the right. No, I can see the memories as they wash away, wash away. Looking back, don't give me the right to change his story. Looking back, don't give me the right, give me the right. No, I can see the memories as they wash away, wash away, wash away.
It's on the air at the Cat 105.5's Homegrown Tones. It will soon be in the air on the Virgin Airways Rock Flight channel. That is along the way from Valeside off their second CD. This time, you can hear more from it and discover where they're playing to support the record by going to valesideband.com. That's their website. Also, check out their Facebook page. From the band, lead singer Tony Engel, drummer Ron Thomas, and bassist Bob Cabo Hilton. Hope I said that right, Bob. Like Cabo Wabo.
Exactly.
It's a big, polished sound on this one. Tony and I were just talking as the song was playing, and he said the first record, Chapter 1, had a more raw sound to it. This one, you utilized a big-name producer and mixer, Chuck Alkazian, who's helped out Slipknot, Elton John, and Christina Aguilera. What do you think most attracts this to listeners? What about the sound? Is it Tony's very powerful lead vocal? Is it the combination of the guitars and the lead vocals? What do you think is the element that most draws this to listeners?
Bob's hotness.
And that, of course, you can't really see when you're listening to a Valeside song. You have to check them out in concert for that.
It calls out to what people are looking for in music nowadays. You know, we're bringing back guitar solos. We're bringing back melodic harmonies. It's what's missing from a lot of original music today.
There's a little more power ballads are on this one than the first one. I mean, you had Smile in the first one, but here you have this one. You have My Turn, which tackles quite a scary subject in death. It takes a while to discover those lyrics when you're really paying attention to, as you said, the lead guitar solos and Tony's lead vocal. Off Valeside's This Time CD, brand new. It's My Turn on Homegrown Tones at the Cat 105.5.
I remember your face like a candle in the darkest place. Kiss your forehead for one last time. Another life, a second chance. Dear God, I beg you, take mine or find another way. There's no I write you. My chest would be a better man. Take me back to yesterday. I've been down too long and I'm tired of drinking. Imagine it another way. they'd fall down for 100 years. For the last time, I'll say goodbye. Tossing a flower, now you're gone. Dear God, I beg you, take mine, or find another way. There's no I write you, my chance to be a better man. Take me back to yesterday. I've been down too long and I'm tired of dreaming. Imagine it another way. With you here, you'll always be a part of me. And you know I'll change my ways and girl to see you again someday. When it's my turn, my turn, my turn, my turn, take me back to yesterday. I've been down too long and I'm tired of dreaming. Imagine it another way. With you here, you'll always be a part of me. And you know I'll change my ways and girl to see you again someday. When it's my turn, take me back to yesterday. My turn, imagine it another way. You'll always be a part of me. My turn, to see you again someday. Dear God, I beg you, take mine, or find another way.
Rocking out so hard to the hard driving polished sound of Veilside, it takes you a while to realize the lyrics are about death. You know I'll change my ways, little girl, to see you again someday when it's my turn. It's a future outlook on life and death that's a little reminiscent of Pearl Jam's version of Last Kiss. Veilside from their second CD, this time on Homegrown Tones at the Cat 105.5. You can hear more about this album and sample more songs from it, and also go to veilsideband.com to find out about upcoming concert dates. Mark's House of Rock and Roll in Wheeling this coming Saturday, Nightcap in Chicago, 5700 Irving Park Road on May 14th. They've even got a summer gig at Six Flags Great America. The production on this is very big, very polished sounding. When it gets down to doing these songs on stage, do you think the sound is much different from what you do in the studio, or is it the same?
Well, if we were doing this, originally we just had John as the guitar player. Once we added Russ, obviously that brings another element by having the second guitar player in. A lot of what you hear on the record is replicated on stage. The band all sings. We didn't do a ton of overdubs on it. That's pretty much Veilside.
And you have